Welcome to my next video, my dear friends. So in this video, I'm going to show you how our mind power will help us to attain the kind of success what we are going to aiming for. So our mind is very important. So one question, a lot of people ask, where is our mind? Where is our mind? Or where it rests? So the general conclusion is our mind is in our brain. So our mind is in our brain. But the latest studies indicate that mind is not only in the brain. Of course, part of mind will be in the brain. So it is there in every cell of our body. Our body is a conglomerate of billions of cells. Jiva Koshagalu, what we call it as in Kannada. So it is made up, it is a colony. It can be called as a colony of billions of cells. So you can be called as healthy only if all these billions of cells are healthy. If they are having energy, enthusiasm, then only you can have energy and enthusiasm. If there is something wrong in some part of the body cells, then you will feel that effect in your body. So the thing is, mind is everywhere. Every cell of our body has its own mind, which is again connected to the mind, the major part of the mind, which is in the brain. So what is the work of the mind? So it will help us to think. It will help us to remember things. So that is the memory part is also involved in the mind. So help us thinking. So our intellectual capacity, what you call it as intellectual capacity, that will be what you call it as the that will be attained only by the mind. So if our mind is dead, or if our mind is affected, then we lose our intellectual capacity, we lose our memory power, we lose our learning power. So a lot of things will happen. So brain is just a hardware, and the mind, it is very difficult to define mind. So again, your mind cannot be seen. It is a unseen entity which is there through the entire body. So therefore, it cannot be imagined like that. Of course, part of it rests in the brain. So brain is made up of billions of neurons. So which help to store the memory part of our mind, which help to store the. We'll discuss it in detail in the future videos. So right now, our point of discussion in this particular video is how our mind is going to help us to attain the kind of success what we want to attain. For this, my dear friends, I'm going to share another slide so that a picture is better than 1,000 words, they say. So importance, okay, there is a spelling mistake here, I will correct it later. Importance of mind power in our success, that is things. So you can see in the right, again, the things what we have discussed in our earlier earlier videos. Why you are doing what you are doing, what is your vision, is it aligned with the higher vision which complements the higher values? Then does this support your ecology? See, this is one of the things, again, very important. Does your purpose of doing something support your ecology? Ecology means it is your family, your community, your nature, your atmosphere. So your purpose should not damage the atmosphere. So should not damage the ecological balance of the atmosphere. Your purpose should not disturb the peace of your family. So community. So that is called as the noble purpose. So if you have a noble purpose, then there is no need to worry. So the universe will help you to attain your purpose. Does it support the universal values? Again, the same thing. Though universe has some value, some universal values means the values which are general to the entire universe. We have some individual values. Society has values. Family has family values, individual values, societal values, and universal values. there are a lot of, these are the 4 categories of values we can define. So does your purpose is aligned with the universal values, then your success become much more easier. So that is also one of the thing I wanted to highlight. Now coming to power of mind. So as I said earlier, mind is everywhere. You cannot bind it only in, imagine it only in your brain. Brain has the memory point of part of the mind. So of course, whatever we do, everything is controlled by our mind, and every movement of our body will be transmitted to the brain. Brain gives a signal, and that movement happens. Whenever we think of any moment, if I want to lift this hand, then my thought of lifting the hand has to transmit to the brain, and brain has to develop the signal and give it to the minds which are in the cells of my right hand or the left hand which I wanted to lift. Then those will help to lift my hand. So without the signal of the permission of the mind, so we cannot lift even a single finger also. This is very, very important to understand. So it is very, very important to keep our mind in a healthy condition. So what is paralysis? Part of our brain, it is not actually part of our brain gets damaged. Because of that, there will be part of mind also becomes unfunctional, because of which part it controls, that becomes paralyzed. So you can't move that body. A lot of such things will happen. Okay, that is not the point of our discussion. So you can see in this picture, the mind can be described by what you call it as a glacier. This is the glacier. Glacier means so you know already. So it can also be called as the iceberg. So only small part of the iceberg will be visible above the water level, and below part will be visible only underwater, if you go underwater. So water level is the separation between our conscious mind and subconscious mind. Actually, in technical terms, it is called as the critical factor. Water level indicates the critical factor which separates conscious mind and subconscious mind. What is conscious mind? Conscious mind is responsible for our awareness. Whatever we see with our eyes, that is because of our conscious mind. So whatever think, it is because of our conscious mind. So our awareness is related to our conscious mind. So what are possible with the help of conscious mind? Conscious mind stores willpower. Our willpower is due to conscious mind. Our actions are due to, we take actions conscious. Most of the actions, subconscious actions are also there, but most of the actions we take them consciously. Then we take decisions consciously. We make plans consciously. We set goals consciously. We do analysis consciously. Our behavior most of the time will be consciously. Of course, there is a unconscious behavior also that is very damaging also. There is helpful also, unconscious behavior, both helpful as well as damaging also. Now, the most important thing to remember here is conscious mind is logical, always logical. It is mathematical, logical, mathematical in nature. So it will ask questions to you. It will, whenever you want to do something, it will ask questions to you, why you want to do, what you are going to achieve. So those how, why, and all, your mind itself will ask you. If you can't give proper plan, proper reason to it for whatever you are doing, then your conscious mind will not agree. Your conscious mind will not agree, and you won't get help from your conscious mind. So you are going to fail it. So you have to successfully answer whatever questions it asks whenever you want to do, so that it will try to help you. So therefore, remember, conscious mind is logical in nature, mathematical in nature. All the analytical works will be governed by you. Willpower, decision, plans, actions, loans, everything. So these are the things which are required for success can be attained by controlling the conscious mind. Very, very important. You need to control the conscious mind. Controlling the conscious mind. Controlling your mind means controlling your conscious mind. Now coming to subconscious mind. See, actually subconscious mind is bigger and more powerful than the conscious mind. But it will not be very easily accessible by us. Only when we bypass this, what you call it is a critical factor, so we separate the conscious mind and subconscious mind, we can attain the subconscious mind. Therefore, my dear friends, subconscious mind is very, very important for attainment of success. How we can take the help of the subconscious mind? Those who take the help of the subconscious mind will definitely be successful. Of course, conscious mind is also very important. All your efforts should be conscious, but those who take the effort, who can control their subconscious mind, take help of the subconscious mind, they will become more and more successful. Now, what are there in the subconscious mind? One is all your emotions are stored in the subconscious mind. Emotions are very, very important. So especially positive emotions which drive your passion. Passion is required to get the success. So therefore, positive emotions. So of course, negative emotions will drive your energy, drain your energy from your body as well as mind. So there should be as less storage of negative emotions as possible. But positive emotions are very, very important to drive you towards the success. You will be put into action only you have the positive emotions. Then otherwise you will actually laziness is integral part of the human being. Laziness, lethargy we call it as. Lethargy is inbuilt in the human body, human mind. So we want to always remain in comfort zone. We don't want to exert ourselves. We don't want to enter into any kind of risk. So we don't want to go behind our comfort zone. So only emotions can drive to make. Therefore, for a manager who want to extract work from his people, he need to control their emotions. He need to trigger their positive emotions, the subordinates' positive emotions, so that they can obey his orders and get into action and give their 100%. That is very, very important to understand. Then values, all your values are stored in the values means they are the guiding principles. You need to have some values so that you can live purposeful life. Whereas individual values, honesty is one individual value. So discipline can also be one of individual value. I have decided to be disciplined, lead disciplined life and honest life. Those are my values. So whatever I do, so those actions should be aligned with my values first. So they need to be honest. They need to be disciplined. So these are the values. So values usually we adopt based on our past experience. If our past experience is bad, then we have negative values. If our past experience is good, we have positive values. Of course, with the help of NLP, we can reprogram our mind so that we will forget our past experience, or we overcome the emotions of past experience and imbibe the positive emotions and positive values which help to grow us. So the values. So individual values. Family also has some values. Your family, they have their own tradition, they have their own values, and your society also has some values. Though let us not go deep into it, but when whatever you do should be aligned with your values, your family values, your society value. Then everybody will help you. Everybody will cooperate you to attain the kind of success you want to attain. Then personal beliefs, very, very important. We are all bundle of beliefs. We believe this thing, we believe that thing, we believe this thing. Without any concrete proof also, without any evidence also, we believe a lot of things. Those beliefs also will also becomes catalyst for our success and sometimes hindrance to our success. Sometimes they will help, sometimes they will be obstacle to our success. If they are negative beliefs, they will be obstacles to our success. If they are positive beliefs, then they will be helping to attain us success. So therefore, personal beliefs are very, very important. They are stored in the subconscious mind. Fears. Fear is also an emotion which is part of our survival mechanism. Without fear, we would have been in danger many times. For example, a snake comes. A snake comes naturally. We know what is a snake, how poisonous it is, and all. So naturally, we get that emotion called as fear, and either we flight or we fight. Fight or flight. That is, either we fight with a snake and kill it, or we flight means we run away. So that is a very essential thing. Otherwise, what would be the consequences if that emotion called fear is not there? Then we would just not cautious about the snake, and snake might bite us. So fear helps us to be safer condition. It is the part of our mechanism. Whenever we are standing somewhere at a great height, so then we fear of falling. So that is helpful, because that will stop us from taking risk of falling, something like that. Of course, there is something called a vertigo. Vertigo means fear of height. So it should be within a limit. Then only it would be helpful. If it exceeds limit, it may sabotage your adventurous nature. That's all. It won't harm you, but it will sabotage your adventurous nature. Then cultural beliefs are there. Okay, beliefs are beliefs. Cultural or individual or societal, everything. Imagination. So the most important point is here, subconscious mind is all about imagination. It is not logical. It is not mathematical. You don't ask any questions why. So it will allow to imagine and manifest. If you want to become rich, so you can imagine to be rich. You can imagine about the wealth, and subconscious mind will help you to attain that wealth. For example, if you try to manifest with the help of conscious mind, wealth manifesting, it will ask you several questions. How you are going to amass the wealth? What effort you need to do? You are not able to do it. Something. It will ask you questions, and it will try to stop you from doing that. Our conscious mind, because it is very logical, it is very calculative, it is very analytical, as well as it is very mathematical. So it will ask thousands of questions to stop from doing it. Of course, it is for our good only, but that becomes our limitation also. But in this case, our imagination, whatever we imagine in our mind, we can manifest. So every scientist imagined first in their mind, then they manifested and invented something. So what you call Wright brothers, imagine that human being can fly. So they wanted to manifest it. So they invented the what you call aeroplane or helicopter, whatever is called. Albert Einstein. So he imagined about the what you call like energy can be created, and through energy we can have the light. So he later he manifested the electrical bulbs and all those electrical items. So Newton thought about the falling of apple on his head, and his imagination was manifested in the form of gravitational laws. So you imagine and you manifest. So imagine like asking, ask, believe, and get. It is explained in the last video. Ask, believe, and get. So it is like asking. Whatever I imagine, if I imagine a car, so it is as if I am asking that car to universe, something like that. Projections. So you have your own projections. You are having something called as perception. We are going to. It is a very again big topic. So your perceptions are also stored in your conscious mind. your projections, okay, future projections may be there. So they are also stored in, not very important. Your self-image identity is stored in subconscious mind. Very, very important, my dear friends. Your self-image is very, very important. If you don't have positive self-image, then you cannot expect others to like you, others to have positive image about you. So your positive self-image will help you to attain your success, whatever the kind. So it will help you to believe in yourself. Positive self-image means you are going to believe in yourself, your capacity, your capabilities, and therefore you are going to put a massive action, and definitely you are going to achieve whatever you want to achieve. So self-image so a lot of people have negative self-image actually. They are all always thinking about their limitations. There will be inferiority complex. I can't do this, I can't do this. And these are all things I have explained in my previous videos. These are called lower self-esteem or negative self-image. So it has to have positive self-image. So in NLP, what we do is we are convert the people's negative self-image into positive self-image. So we are going to collect all his information about his self-image. Then we will overlap it with our we will help to convert it into positive self-image, so that he will start taking the massive action. Then our habits, because habits are very, very important. Habits are stepping stones of your success. Your daily habits decide your success. If I know your habits, I can tell you whether you can attain the success or not, whether you attain failure. So something like that I can tell you. Habits are very important. So in NLP language, they are called as patterns. So whatever you do routinely, they are called as the patterns. Habits are very, very important. You might have read the book, 7 Habits of Very Successful People. So that explains us why habits are very, very important. So my dear friends, at this moment, I'm going to conclude this video, because I don't want my video to exceed some limit, because it will be very difficult to download for you as well as watch for you. I will come up with other things in the next video. Thank you for your active listening.